Good morning and welcome to the video. Today, I thought I would take you through what a typical day in my life looks like, from work to training, recovery, everything in between. Today is a Friday, which means that I am working from home, but a lot of the day-to-day things are still the same as far as how I try to balance everything that I have to do. It did also snow 1.5 feet yesterday, so I opted to sleep in a little bit, let the roads clear up as opposed to doing training this morning. So I will be probably doing a little bit of digging it out, but I will be going to the gym this evening as opposed to early in the morning like I might typically do. Did red light therapy and stretching this morning, and I did do a little bit of work before the intro clip and the rest of the things I did, and then I did a little bit more work just now, just touching base, making sure everything is getting taken care of. And now I'm gonna make breakfast. Some mornings on Fridays, Sarah will make breakfast of some sort, whether it's eggs or pancake loaf or just some sort of breakfast. And on days that she doesn't, I will do typically the same thing just to make it easy, quick for me to make. So I'll do 4 eggs, a bagel, probably do a couple pieces of sourdough toast as well, just to make sure that I'm getting plenty of carbs in since I am doing my workout at the end of the day. It's a good opportunity to try to fuel before I actually go and do that work. Snow was super heavy. The top layer that fell last night was fairly light, but as you got to the bottom, it was just slush. So a lot to move. I had to dig Sarah's car out so that she could go somewhere this morning. I will say, although shoveling is not always the funnest, it ended up being advantageous in this case because it snowed all day yesterday. I wasn't able to go do my prescribed training yesterday, which was just a 35-minute aerobic run with some weight training. I feel like the shoveling I did yesterday and today more than made up for the aerobic work and the weightlifting that I needed to do. Back's definitely sore, and I'm sure my strain definitely yesterday, but today is already reflecting the aerobic work that shoveling did. As long as you can consistently move without injuring yourself while shoveling, it can be a great way to get in some kind of natural crossover training. So it ended up being beneficial in this case, and I'll just make it a double today with the shoveling I did and the run I'm gonna do tonight. All right, we've been working for a few hours, and I am going to have lunch. It is later in the day, it's just after 3 p.m. The tricky part about doing your workout at the end of the day sometimes is not eating too much so that you're not overly full, you're not having any stomach cramping or digestional issues as you're running. What I typically try to aim to do when I'm having a lunch, especially later in the day, is to eat to right before I feel completely full. Just making sure that I have the food in my body, but I'm not stuffed. And that usually is a pretty good metric for me as far as knowing that I'm going into that run fueled, but not overly full. I'm just gonna do some chicken sausage, some potatoes, and I'm gonna make a little sandwich here. Kind of have a good balance of all of the things that I need. Always helpful to have things prepped for days like today where things are busy. You can just warm them up, just make a little bowl of stuff and eat when you need to.
Are you having a good day? Yes? Oh, very good.
In addition to the strength training that's already a part of the Sally McRae program that I am doing, I always try to do another 15 minutes throughout the day, typically just wherever it fits best. In the morning when I'm looking at my schedule, I have a couple times picked out where if I do have free time, I'll go and execute that short workout. This isn't meant to be a hard workout. It's really more hypertrophy focused and just adding a little bit more volume to the frame. I'm doing a couple of the same movements every day, a chest or back movement, and those alternate from day to day. Then I'll do a bicep and a tricep movement. Those will also alternate. I'll typically do a kind of push-pull. Usually if I do chest, I'll also do biceps. And if I'm doing back, I'll also do triceps, working the antithesis of the muscles that are working with the larger muscle groups. I don't feel like this really has a large effect or takes away from the strength training that I'm doing because it is so low in volume. I'm making sure I'm taking lots of time between sets as time allows. That way I'm not getting overly sweaty in the midst of my day, which can be a nuisance. But I do think that this helps me continue to build towards my physique goals and just gives me a stronger frame in addition to the strength training that I'm already doing. And that only helps me get better as I do the endurance work that I'm trying to do. I'll also always do a shoulder workout to kind of finish the sets. So I'll either do a push or a lateral raise. And again, very lightweight, just adding a little bit of extra volume that I don't find that I'm getting from the strength training that I'm already doing. Pulled up to the gym, and today's running workout is a fartlek. So it is 60 to 75 minutes. Probably gonna stay on the 60 side. Feeling a little tired today, so no real reason to push it too much. Then the fartlek surges are going to be 20 by 20. So 20 times 20 seconds, anytime within the workout. Typically though, I like to treat it kind of like a tempo run in the sense that I will do a warm up, then I will do all of the surges kind of sequentially. The idea being that you're supposed to recover pretty much fully in between each 20-second ramp up. That can vary depending on how you feel. Sometimes it's a little longer towards the end, but I like to do those all in a batch in the middle and then have the full end to be just an aerobic cool down, ease out of the run. Then there is a small workout that is prescribed. It's all lower body, so some split squats, Bulgarian squats, basically a little lower body circuit. We'll get all that done and then go through the rest of the evening. Just got back from the gym. It was a really solid workout. That ended up being a much harder workout just from the recovery I've had the last couple days. I expected it to be a little tough. It was 20 by 20, so that's a lot of effort, but I could feel towards the end of the workout that my recovery was much more diminished than it typically would at that stage. I've just had bad recoveries and sleep over the last couple days, so I noticed that, but ultimately just had to push through the last few reps. We got it done. Pro tip, bring a t-shirt with you to the gym. That's not the one that you work out in. It makes the drive home much more enjoyable because you're not sitting in a disgusting sweaty t-shirt all the way home. That might be obvious to a lot of people, but it's something that I just started doing and it makes a world of difference. I also did bring a shaker with a packet of Element in it. Just left it in the car, had it for afterwards, and have been sipping on it throughout the drive home, and I'm going to finish it up. Wanted to make sure that I was replenishing the electrolytes, especially in the gym. I get very sweaty, so it's always a priority for me that I am getting some kind of electrolytes in right after I work out.
This is James.
And she likes to smell chimkins.
She likes to smell chimkins.
She likes it a lot. Finishing the day with the dinner of champions, Chick-fil-A. Since I had a lighter lunch, I definitely wanted to ensure that I was making up those calories after a hard effort. So I went to the place where I could get the most calories the quickest, just Chick-fil-A. Gonna eat this and then edit the video you're watching right now, hang out with Sarah, and that's gonna be the rest of the evening. Really appreciate you watching this video. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you see new videos like this right when they come out. If you would, please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. It helps the channel tremendously and it helps people just like you find this video. Appreciate you taking the time, and we'll see you in the next one.